John Muir, one of my favorite naturalists and explorers and philosophers, said, "Between any two pine trees is a passage into a new way of life." And another way to put that, a shorter way to describe a passageway into a new life is a threshold. And thresholds are an important concept in the kind of mentoring that I do, the soul work and the depth psychology mentoring, and I think they can be an important concept for ambitious transformational leaders to pay attention to celebrate, and to integrate into your leadership. Thresholds are just as common in business and quote-unquote real life as they are out in the woods. Thresholds mark a new start, a new beginning, perhaps a new mindset, perhaps even a new approach or a new paradigm, a transition from one way of operating or being or thinking into another. Some examples might be a new fiscal year, a new quarter, the beginning or the end of a project, or the beginning or end of a partnership, or a new hire. And more personally, thresholds can be acknowledged at big life events, New Year's, anniversaries, weddings, marriages, even vacations. One of the most important thresholds in my life back in 2008 was when I sat down during spring break. I was a classroom teacher at the time, and made a list of what I wanted to be different when I returned from that spring break trip. All of those events or occurrences or circumstances that I just mentioned could just be marks on a calendar. They could just go past without much attention, except if a transformational leader acknowledges them as thresholds rather than just dates, rather than just circumstances, rather than just chance occurrences. There's an opportunity to do more with what just happened, to change it from just being a date to being an opportunity for growth, assessment, learning, questions, planning, visioning, putting in a correction, making adjustments, celebrating, even mourning, or taking accountability if something hadn't gone well. Many leaders pass up the opportunity to mark threshold moments in the business and in the team, and you lose out on an opportunity for that learning and for that acknowledgement of reality. One of the most important acknowledgements is to make it clear that whatever happened before, whatever skills, mindsets, experiences were successful before, may not be what's called for post-threshold. So the month of April is the month of threshold for this video series. And that's in no small part because the month of April is likely going to be the month of a tremendous number of threshold experiences for me and this business. I won't go into the details right now, but there's some big changes coming. One detail I will talk about is I really mean it this time. The book will be done in April, and hopefully, depending on how long the publishing process takes, it will be available. The book, Leadership and Masculinity, Embracing New Strength for a New World, will be out this month. And that's just the beginning of the transitions and thresholds that we'll be going through. So for the next few weeks on this channel, on this playlist, we'll be talking about thresholds how leaders can acknowledge them internally, externally, and collectively to create more shared understanding, to create more alignment, and to create tremendous engagement with people on your team. Human beings crave acknowledgement and frankly crave ritual and celebration, and that's what transformational leaders should be ready to offer with joy and attentiveness. Thanks so much for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe to this playlist so you get to hang out in the woods with me every week or so. Be sure to sign up for the New Strength newsletter. And last, please, down in the comments, let me know about a threshold moment that you feel like you handled well. Maybe you didn't realize it was a threshold moment at the time, but tell us about an important threshold that you handled with some attentiveness and energy and engagement. Thanks so much for going for a walk with me.